several different ways. So I'm just going to ask a few questions about who here works referrals, right? And you're going to have referrals either come from your past clients, you can have referrals coming from your sphere of influence, friends, family, neighbors. Referrals can come from other realtors. And then you also have referrals that can come from affiliates. What's going on, rock stars? How's everybody doing? You guys live, excited, full of energy? All right, as we wait for everyone to come on, just a few reminders. We got 2 weeks left in the second quarter. We're really pushing hard this next 2 weeks. Get as many conversations in there as you can. Come July, we're going to be having more talking about systems, talking about AI. We'll be talking about how to improve efficiencies in your business. However, for the next couple of weeks, we really do want to make sure that we're having the conversations that we need to build up our business, fill that pipeline. We're all going to be taking some time off in the summer, which you all deserve. However, it'd be really nice to have a good list of people that you can start working with come September, come October, right? So that requires a lot of lead gen the next couple of weeks. That's what we'll be talking about. Mark your calendars. I'm going to be going away in 2 weeks. So it'll be on June the 30th to July 4th. It's considered the 5th week of the month. There are no coaching calls that week. You guys get my emails. You'll see that. It'll be coming up on that. And hopefully you guys are taking some time off. If you are, and you should, make sure you email me your vacation days so I mark it off. Right? Email me your vacation days. We are at the time of the year which we start to put in our tracking system. We typically get a survey from the office for the Q2 review, the second quarter review, but you're not going to get that anymore, right? Instead, everything's done in Revy. So I want to share my screen here. So when you come into Revy, what you're going to notice is enter your Q2 in the tracking now. And we need to have this done by July 11th. So you come into your Revy main page, you can click on tracking now, or you can go into your tools and hit the tracking reporting here. So when you hit the tracking now, you're tracking your activities. As you can see here, it's got the weekly, which is your hours of power, your conversations. Some of you, it may look like this, but all you have to do is hit the toggle and it shows up. So this is our weekly tracker, has our appointments. But what I want everyone to do is to go into your monthly, just click up here monthly and put it in. Whether you do leases or not, if you do leases, make sure you hit the lease button. And I need you to put in what has closed. What did you get paid for in the month of June? So sellers, buyers, leases, put in the volume, put in the GCI, make sure you hit the save button. Hey guys, make sure you hit the save button. We're going to do this for June. We're going to do it for May, and then we're going to do it for April. Right? Actually, you should be doing it every month. So if you haven't done the first quarter one, make sure you got the first quarter in there as well. But for right now, we need the second quarter, which is April, May, and June. Right? Make sure you're putting in those closed transactions. So that's going to be replacing the survey we would typically get for the second quarter review. There is a reporting button. Once you put in that data in there, we can hit the reports and it'll spit out a few reports for us. Again, we're analyzing your KPIs, right? To make a more predictable and duplicatable business for you guys. All right, excellent. Does anyone have any questions, concerns, hallucinations, anything they want to address and bring up with the group? This is your mastermind. What would you like to talk about? It's okay, Mark. You could dominate. It's all good. I know you have questions. You could jump in, Mark.
There's literally something yesterday, and I'm like, oh my God, I would love to bring this up to the group. And I am usually pretty good at writing it down, and I didn't. And so I'm trying to have it come
I
to me.
remember it. Okay. Does anyone have anything else? Monica, Ruth, Christine, anyone at all?
I
No?
have
You guys all good? I know this is probably the most difficult time of the year. You're in that zone where you're in the mix between I'm super busy, I have a lot of stuff on the go, and I want to take some time off. I'm kind of burnt out. Who's burnt out? Like, who needs a vacation? Right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's really is the tough time of the year. This is where when they say you need to grind it out, yeah, this is when you need to grind, right? You really have to put your nose down and just stay focused going. It's a very tough time of the year. Go ahead, Mark. You got a question?
Yeah, actually the last mastermind session, Danny brought up doing like a Zoom meeting with like another agent.
podcast.
So Mark O and I are actually doing one this week. It's the first time I've ever done it. So we're gonna record it. He's in New Jersey and I'm in Toronto. So well, just outside Toronto. So we're gonna try it. If anybody else wants to do it, I'm in. Like, just discuss the market. We kind of came up with a list of questions. We're gonna post it on Instagram next week, and then if anybody wants to, shoot me a message. I'm in to discuss different markets and stuff.
Love it. I think it's brilliant. If you guys want to connect with each other, real easy. All you have to do is go to your personal dashboard that I've created for you guys and just use the the Facebook page. So our Facebook page, just post it in here. It's here for you guys. Just jump in there, post it. Whoever wants to create, and I'd love to see that podcast in here. So once you record, why don't you just throw it up here when you have a chance? That'd be amazing, so we all can see it, right? Or at least a link to where we can go see it afterwards. That'd be awesome, right? Love it. So if you want to connect with each other, just jump on the Facebook group page, and you can do it that way. All right. Excellent. Love that. Thank you for sharing that. So you and Mark are going to be doing it. So Mark and Mark. So we're doing Mark squared. That's what we're doing. All right. Excellent. All right. So topic for today is building a referral network. And you can build a referral network several different ways. So I'm just going to ask a few questions about who here works referrals, right? And you're going to have referrals either come from your past clients, you can have referrals coming from your sphere of influence, friends, family, neighbors. Referrals can come from other realtors. And then you also have referrals that can come from affiliates. Anyone like a mortgage broker, lenders, attorneys, title company, anyone of that nature. So we're going to talk about referrals. And the first question I have is, do you offer any sort of incentives to your clients to getting new business referrals? Who here does that? Okay, so Mark, you do it. So tell us, Mark, what have you found that works best for you?
Staying in touch with clients post closing is really big. I have it built into my automations and follow ups to touch base with them once they move into a new home or sell a new home, and then it's a periodic, like 1 month, 3 month, 6 month update.
Okay.
Just to check in, see how they're doing. But as far as the incentive goes, I started this maybe a few years back. Not the biggest traction, and it's really not the main thing for my referral base, but I do like to offer it. If you refer me someone at closing, I donate to the charity of your choice. And I've done that maybe about 4 or 5 times now, which was really cool. Um, that started through a personal friend whose mom was unfortunately lost to cancer. And that's how it started. So it was a really good way to keep it going. People like it. People usually resonate with it, but it's not like the ultimate referral driver, just something that I like to throw out there. It's in my listing packet and everything.
Love it. How much do you put in there? How much do you spend?
At first, I was doing donate $500 to the charity of your choice, which I thought was a good number. So it's a little pricey depending on the referral, which I noticed. So I kind of make it a judgment base. It's usually around $300 or so.
Okay, good. That's awesome. Love it. Does anyone have anything else? What sort of incentives do you give or reward people, your clients, to get you more referrals? Go ahead, Laura.
So it's not really, he's not really
Okay, I'm gonna have to stop you there because it looks like her connection's off. Can you guys hear her? Because I can't hear her. No, I
This is
kind of
gonna
broke up.
sound insane. He knows the neighborhood, right? He's like he gives me the address, and then I'll say, "I'm sorry."
Your
So
connection's off.
basically, my garbage
Okay,
man, I I have him on a like he scopes out houses for me.
did you guys get that? I didn't get that.
The garbage man.
Garbage man. That's interesting. So having a particular person that's finding houses for you and you give them
So if he
incentive.
sees one that looks like they're moving.
All right, sorry, Laura. I just have to mute you because can't hear you. Um,
It's cool though. She said the garbage man scouts out who's like throwing shit to the curb and stuff, and then
right.
gives her the referral. Sorry, Laura, you were breaking up, so I kind of got the. So that's what, yeah, the garbage man scouting out deals for. It's brilliant.
That's funny. So
That's
garbage man, never heard of that one. So a guy's gonna, and whenever someone's got a big thing, okay, they look like they're gonna be moving. They're clearing out that house. That's funny. That's good. I like
that's
that.
funny.
Anyone else have any other incentives that they use for trying to get referrals? So what that I've seen in the past is you can run, for example, a appreciation event for your past clients, right? Sphere of influence, once a year, once every couple of years, or whatever it is. Depends how big you want it. But if you do an event, I'm a believer that you should have some sort of draw that happens at the event. And one of the things that I've heard is having a appreciation event at a movie theater. And what you do is you rent out a movie theater, especially on a Saturday. It's usually dead on Saturday around lunch. It's usually dead, so it's not that expensive to rent out a movie theater. You bring in your clients, and you always have a family-oriented video, a movie to play to be watching, and you ask them to invite their friends, family, neighbors. So you have a really good group of people that show up. And then when you're there, you can go ahead and have some sort of draw and thank everyone for all the referrals that you got throughout the year and have everyone's name kind of go in the draw, right? And the idea is to have a big barrel full of names, right? We used to do 10 to 1. So if you gave me a referral, you would get like 10 or 20 different tickets in there, seeming as if you gave me tons of referrals. But the reality is you only give me one. But you end up doing the barrel and then handing out some sort of gift, something, iPad, this and that, whatever the draw is for. And the idea really is to drum up this interest that, hey, I should send out more referrals because I really like this event and I want to come to it every year and I want to get my name pulled out of that, right? So that would be considered an incentive to getting more referrals. Mark, you got something else?
That's pretty much how we do it. We do an event every single month other than July and August because it's hot here and everybody's busy. But yeah, that's like pretty much we try to create FOMO. So people like their clients are like, "Oh my God, we want to be part of what you guys are doing," right? And we actually get calls like, "Hey, we haven't sold with you, but can we just get on your newsletter? Like I want to come to the next thing you're doing." So yeah, that's exactly, and we do giveaways for every single one of them. Some of them are really big giveaways, and then some of them are just like a small gift card to like a local Home Depot or whatever, right? But
Yep,
people
love it.
like things.
Love it, love it. All right. So how do you guys make sure that any sort of referral program that you put together, the structure of it, provides both value for the person that gave you the referral and that new client? So how do you guys make sure that it's provides value to both?
What's the rules though? Like, are we are we permitted to say, hey, I can give $500 for referrals? Like, what's the
I think from an advertising perspective, you wrote down $500 referral. What's the RICO guide? I'm
yeah,
not
like that's
100% sure. I don't know.
so
And
Mark,
every
you're
state and
my
province is different.
And so I actually just did a refresher course at Treb, so like the Toronto Real Estate Board, and they said, so I actually had a page on my website that said $500 referral, and then when I was in that meeting, the lady was like, absolutely no dollar value on referrals, and then I went up and asked her, I said, hey, hypothetically speaking, if there was a landing page on my website, and she's like, you'll get strapped with a $15,000 fine, I was like, gone. So I pulled it
Okay.
off my website immediately.
So we just can't have a dollar amount.
Yeah.
So what if you say like, well, how do you guys structure it then? Do you say like $100 gift card? Like, what do you, because you do a monthly thing. So what is it?
So we
I
do.
think the issue is the advertisement of it.
No. Okay. So Mark, you're allowed to send it out to your database and saying like, how do you say to keep it within code?
So pretty much we're sending out to like the mass, and it's like if you go to my Instagram right now, we're giving away a barbecue, and it's a Pit Boss barbecue. It's like $800 barbecue, and I throw it out to all of social media, and I throw it out to our whole database. But then I call every single solitary person in my whole phone book, and then all of our past clients, and it's like, hey, thank you so much for the continued support. If you want to enter this draw, it's how we take care of all of our clients. I'll actually give you 5 entries because you are a past client. And they're like, oh my God, thank you so much. And by the way, thank you for all the referrals and anything you've ever done for us. And they're like, oh, no problem. And if they haven't, it's like, oh, well, my friend was actually thinking of selling. You guys are the best. Thank you for always thinking of us. And that kind of works well. So I'm not giving them like money. I'm just saying you have a chance to win this. And we're giving you more entries.
But even if they haven't given you a referral?
Yeah.
So
yeah, literally everyone, even social media, like everybody gets an opportunity to enter the contest.
Interesting. So you're making it fair. So this is not so much specific to get referrals as it is to get your name out there in the branding.
Yeah, but then our clients, they're so like, okay, perfect example. We're giving away the barbecue for Father's Day is the way we kind of piggybacked on that. And then we had one of our clients, we called them and then entered them. And they have sent us one referral in the past. And I did the Danny follow-up text a couple days later, and it was like, hey, thank you so much. You know, we appreciate all the referrals you give us. And the message back was literally, you guys are the best. You're always doing all these amazing things. Thank you for thinking of me. I am going to refer everybody to you. They're literally a spokesperson for us, and they've never even won anything from us. They just like so jacked up on what we do, and they tell all their neighbors, and like it's pretty cool. And we get to call them every month. It's a non-sales pitch call.
Love it. Brilliant. And Laura, thank you very much for posting on the chat here. Here's a book if you guys are interested in it. It's called Generating Business Referrals Without Asking. Right? I've never read it, but thank you, Laura, for putting it out there. Let's keep going with this. So we're looking at, I guess, providing value on both ends. The person being referred, and then your great, who's referring you the business, and then your great service to helping those that are in your lead. Now, sometimes what happens, I'm just curious, you get a referral from a past client, and the person that you are now going to work with, this new client, what if you guys don't mesh? What if it's not in your wheelhouse of services? What do you do then? I'm just curious. So you get a referral from a client, really good client of yours, but the person that you're now going to be working with, maybe a buyer in a price point that you don't work, or maybe they're just problematic. You met them for the first time and they're paying in the, you know what I mean, right? Did you ever get one of those? Like they know everything. Why are they working with me? What would you guys do in that case? Because that's a tough one.
Do the job.
Even if you don't want to work with the client?
Yeah, I'd finish the job, get it sold.
So okay, so let's pretend.
I've
right?
had that
I'm
client.
going to make this hard for you, right? Average price point in a home in your area.
Oh, you're asking me what my average price point is?
Yes.
900.
So 900,000. Semi-detached town, what is
Yeah,
it?
it's detached.
Detached home. Okay. So
Thank
what if I get referred to you from a past client and I want to buy that 4-bedroom detached home, double car garage, and I only want to pay 700?
I would show you homes that were 700. I'd pull them up. I'd say, this is what 700 looks like. It
So
has,
even though I want more, you still work with me, even though I'm difficult.
well, I just have to educate you. If you're saying, well, no, I still want to lowball offers, and then that at some point you can't, I'm not going to run around a buyer that isn't going to buy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep, I know what you mean. No,
but from the seller's perspective, everyone has difficult clients. It's like, I'm not giving it up. Like I will, you know what I mean? Like it's
Yep.
up to do my job. And if it's emotional or stressful for them, then maybe I'm not doing that's what I would do. I've had that happen. And she's like, cancel it. I'm like, I'm not canceling it. I'm selling it. You know?
Love it. Does anyone do anything different? So it sounds like Christine's just going to go right ahead and just take care of them regardless.
Yeah.
Love it. Anybody else?
I think Christine made a really good point with educate them. You know, sometimes people's expectations, especially in this market that we're experiencing, I think Christine's going to experience one very similar to me. But in our market, you know, there's a lot of uneducated people that are just kind of making a lot of very rash decisions. So I think that's a very good point, that sometimes it's just bringing it right back and maybe even going old school, right? Like going to meet at Tim Hortons or the local coffee shop and like sitting down face to face rather than over the phone or on Zoom, and just being like, hey, let's take an hour and let's like break this down and let me show you the market. As you say, Danny, not what I think, what is happening in the market. And then maybe they're going to get some food for thought out of there and then start to trust you.
Love it. Love it. So educated. That's what I get. I love it. All right. So let's change gears a little bit. Let's try and get more referrals. So I want to know how you guys do it. How do you communicate with your clients that their referrals are a vital part of your success and your business growth? So I want to know, what are we doing to get more referrals now?
Ask.
Okay. So ask what point and with whom?
Well, I'm trying to cognitively do it every time I'm prospecting, like the circling prospecting. Do you know anyone who's looking to make a move? I'm trying to make that second hand. I mean, I've been doing this for 1,000 years and I still don't, and we have been getting some saying, oh yeah, like, Jimmy across the street type thing or that. And then Alex will go and drop off a package, simply asking.
Okay. So
Like
ask referrals.
that's if I'm doing a circle prospecting.
Okay. I'm going to answer your question there, Laura. You're struggling with Google reviews. You're really struggling here. So the best way to get reviews, if you want to get reviews, is during the escrow part. When you have the deal, the deal's firmed up, there's no contingencies, there's no conditions on it, and we're waiting for closing, and that weekly or every 2 weeks, depending on how long the distance of the closing date, like you may actually have weekly conversations with the seller or the buyer till closing every single time you ask them for it, right? In fact, it would just be like, hey, Laura, I pride myself in growing my business through referrals, such great clients like yourself. And would you mind, if I send you an email with a link to my Google account, where could you leave me a review? I mean, I'll even have a couple examples that you can even copy and paste. Would you take the time, the minute there to do that for me? And then just like say it first, then email to them. Like ask and then email to them. All right. How to get reviews. Now that's also the best time to be asking for more business. Right? Why? Why is it during that period where they secured the house, or they know they sold their home, but the transaction hasn't closed yet? Why is that the best time to ask for business rather than once the transaction closes or just after the transaction closing? Why do you think that is the case?
Because they haven't moved on, or excited that it's sold. So, and if you wait too long, then they're just thinking about packing and changing all their services and all that. It's kind of top of mind.
And what happens typically when they move into the house, that moving day? Are they like so free of stress, or are they a little bit stressed out? Are they just a little bit stressed out in the whole move? Like everyone's shaking their head. Yeah, everyone's stressed out during the move, right? I hear agents showing up the day of the move with pizza. I'm like, dude, stay away. Stay away, right? They're coming into that house with the keys and they realize that, was those the colors of the appliance? I thought they were different. I thought they were stainless steel. How come they're white? Like all of a sudden things are different now when they walk into the house. Stay away. Okay? Not a good time for at least a week until they finally get themselves settled in. But the period, as soon as they know they bought that house, the RAS in their brain is going off kilter. It's all over the place. They're talking to everyone. We just bought our house. We just bought a house. And they're freaking out. And they're talking to more people. And then all of a sudden there's more people that, oh, we're thinking of buying. Oh, we're thinking of selling. See, that's the time when you hit the iron, when the iron's hot and the iron is scorching hot right there. That's when you ask for business. Once they've realized they just bought a house or just sold their home and they're moving on, that's when you ask for business. Not the week that they close. Not the week that they close. All right, this is fun. This is exciting. Please unmute yourselves. It'll be a great week. You guys excited? It'll be an awesome week. All right, you guys ready? I'm going to yell out what date's day, and you're going to yell back, it's a money-making day. You guys ready? You ready? All right. What day's the day?
Money-making
day.
That's right. It's a money-making day. So who do you have to call? You know that person to book that appointment. 2 weeks, baby. Go hard. You're awesome. I'll talk to you guys at 12:30. Thanks so much.